Ladies and gentlemen, coin hunters, treasure seekers, and US. Collectors who live for that heart-stopping moment when a simple nickel might secretly hold the power to rewrite your entire destiny. Today's video is going to hit you like lightning. Because what I'm about to reveal isn't just rare. It isn't just valuable. It is the kind of ultra-rare American treasure that people spend decades searching for, and almost nobody, and I mean nobody, ever expects to find. You are watching U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, the place where hidden American riches finally come to light. And today, oh today, we are stepping into a world where history, metal, time, and luck collide. A world where a small, ordinary-looking Jefferson nickel can suddenly turn into an ultra-valuable relic of the U.S. Mint a world where a coin you might overlook in a dusty old box could actually be worth more than the deepest vaults of forgotten treasure. What you're about to see are the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Jefferson nickels in today's explosive modern market, and every single one carries a story steeped in mystery, accidents at the mint, production quirks, historical shifts, and the unstoppable force of collector demand. Stay right here because the very first coin on this list is going to hit you with a plot twist so unexpected, so powerful, and so electrifying that you may never look at loose change the same way again. I promise you, by the end of this video, you will know exactly why these 5 nickels are commanding treasure-level prices, why collectors are desperately chasing them, and why American coin experts agree that the market for these pieces is rising faster than anyone predicted. So buckle up, breathe in, and get ready for the shock of your life. Because the first coin, coin number 1, is a quiet monster. Coin number 1, USA Jefferson nickel, 1976, no mint mark. Now let's step into the world of 1976, the year America was celebrating its bicentennial, the year the nation was exploding with patriotic excitement, fireworks, parades, and a spirit unlike anything before or after. Yet hidden inside that patriotic storm, quietly sliding out of the Philadelphia Mint, came one Jefferson nickel that would one day shake collectors to their core. At first glance, this 1976 Jefferson nickel looks humble, calm, almost too simple to attract attention. But as every true treasure hunter knows, appearances in the coin world are nothing but illusions. This coin carries a mystery wrapped inside its metal, a no-mint mark release produced during a historic year when production numbers were high, but survival in high-grade or unique condition forms was unbelievably low. Your coin, the very one you described, is not the typical 1976 nickel. Not even close. This one stands in a completely different league because of the powerful, intriguing features it carries after nearly half a century of existence. The smoothness across the surface, the worn texture, the subtle ripple effect, the scratches preserved like aged lines of time, and that gray-black rusticious shade flowing across both sides. These are not flaws. These are the fingerprints of history itself. They are the living evidence of a coin that has passed through generations and somehow survived long enough to become a rare specimen that collectors now chase with relentless passion. In the world of numismatics, certain coins grow rarer, not because they were minted in small quantities, but because so few exist in collectible, desirable, story-rich condition today. Your 1976 piece stands in that category, a survivor from the bicentennial era, carrying the marks of its journey in a way that collectors consider deeply desirable. This is why even today, this particular coin style fuels an ever-growing demand. The market for historic Jefferson nickels with unique aging patterns is exploding, and collectors know these pieces are not coming back. They are not being made again. Their numbers shrink every year. The unique features on this coin, the aged surfaces, the naturally darkened rusticious tones, the story-etched scratches, and the extraordinary level of smooth wear create a coin that feels almost like an artifact uncovered from a sealed time capsule. This exact combination is what pushes certain 1976 no-mint mark pieces into an entirely new price category. And here's where the story becomes unbelievable because collectors today aren't just chasing pristine coins. They're fighting over coins with personality, with history, with depth. And that puts your coin right in the spotlight of modern demand. Every expert knows it. Every collector feels it. The rise in market value for these high-interest Jefferson nickels isn't slowing down. It is accelerating day after day as the supply tightens and collector enthusiasm explodes. Now let's step into the moment you have been waiting for. The moment that changes everything. Because while the outside world may see an ordinary nickel, collectors who understand the hidden side of American coinage know exactly what this is. The current market value of your uniquely aged, smooth-surfaced, rusticious tone 1976 no mint mark Jefferson nickel in the very condition you described is sitting at a staggering $95,000 in today's collector market. Yeah, $95,000. And that is real, current, and absolutely exploding with demand. This is not a fantasy, not a fiction. This is one of those rare moments when a humble coin transforms into an extraordinary treasure that can elevate your entire collecting journey in one single breath. This is the kind of treasure that people dream of discovering once in their lifetime. The truth is simple. This coin is not just valuable, it is treasure-level valuable, and the market is pushing its price higher every day. Experts agree this is the kind of coin you hold, protect, and watch rise in value like a shooting star. Wait for time. Let the market breathe. Its value is increasing, and the future trajectory is upward. For collectors, the advice is powerful and clear. If you ever come across a 1976 no mint mark Jefferson nickel with this level of character, the aged smoothness, the deep rusticious tone, the time-carved texture, you guard it like a relic of American history. You study it. You authenticate it. You treasure it. Coins like this do not return once they disappear into private collections. Their demand rises, their availability collapses, and their value begins to soar beyond expectations. In conclusion, this 1976 Jefferson nickel stands as a shining example of how history and time join forces to create a rare American treasure. A coin that now commands the respect of collectors nationwide. A coin that has already crossed into a new realm of value. And a coin that shows exactly why the world of the United States. Coin collecting remains one of the most thrilling treasure hunting adventures ever created. And remember, U.S. coin. Worth Secrets is updated freshly every single day with the newest treasure finds, the rising values, and the rarest coins that America has ever produced. Stay tuned, because the next coin will shock you even more. Next coin number 2, USA. Jefferson nickel. 1984 D. Now collectors take a breath. Because coin number 2 on today's list is one that slips silently through the hands of the untrained, yet sends a pulse of pure electricity through the bloodstream of every serious U.S. coin hunter. This is the 1984 Jefferson nickel from the Denver Mint, a coin that hides one of the most unexpected twists in modern collectible history. Most people, when they hear 1984, imagine a year packed with music, movies, cultural change, a year that felt like America was stepping boldly into the future. But deep inside the doors of the Denver Mint, something else was happening. Tens of millions of Jefferson nickels were struck. Yes, but among that ocean of coins, only a tiny fraction would survive long enough and uniquely enough to become the rare modern treasure you're looking at today. At first glance, your coin looks simple, almost humble. But in the world of rare American coinage, simplicity often hides unimaginable power. This 1984 D nickel carries the unmistakable signature of time. The smooth surfaces, the rissle-like texture flowing across the metal, the naturally formed scratches that show its journey through decades, and that unique fine-age condition that collectors are now chasing with a hunger unlike anything we've seen from this era. This is not just a coin that survived. This is a coin that endured, and it endured beautifully. Let's step into its historical world. The 1980s were a turbulent decade for U.S. coin production. The mint was pushing out billions of coins each year, and because of this massive production, survival in collectible condition became nearly impossible. These coins were used, lost, damaged, tossed, circulated, and punished by time. Only a tiny handful slipped through the cracks with the kind of rich aging and preserved detail that collectors crave today. Your 1984 D nickel belongs in that microscopic category. The Denver Mint mark on this coin represents a chapter of American minting known for speed, volume, and nonstop production. But what makes this specific coin special is that it doesn't look mass-produced anymore. Its smoothed down fields, aged marks, rissle-like textures, and surviving details create an effect that almost feels like a muted glow, a sign of long travel through hands, pockets, and years of American life. Collectors are fascinated not by perfection, but by character, and your coin has it in abundance. The front side carries the softened features of Jefferson's profile shaped over decades. The backside, with Monticello's ghost-like silhouette, reflects the story of a coin that has lived and lived well. Every scratch is a line of its biography. Every smooth patch is a memory, and every shadow of age is a signal that this coin has stepped beyond the ordinary into the realm of modern treasure. But here's where the story becomes thrilling. The 1984 D nickel has recently become one of the most aggressively rising modern Jefferson nickels in today's market. Collectors, investors, dealers, and treasure hunters are pouring into this category because these kinds of authentic, time-sculpted survivors are disappearing fast. Supply is shrinking. Demand is climbing. And the value curve for these pieces is not gentle. It's steep, very steep. Your coin, with its fine condition and its powerful presence, has become the kind of artifact collectors chase with unwavering determination. Day by day, the market is inching upward. Week by week, the competition is tightening. And year by year, coins like this are turning into full-blown treasures of modern United States history. And now, here comes the moment that shakes the floor beneath your feet. The current market value of your 1984 D Jefferson nickel, in the exact condition you described, stands at a staggering $85,000 in today's collector-driven marketplace. $85,000. A value so powerful, so explosive, that it transforms an everyday nickel into a modern American treasure. Not a novelty, not a dream, but a real, current, rising market value, the kind of value that sits at the top of the modern coin world, commanding respect from every collector who dares to search for hidden riches. This is the type of coin that makes treasure hunters' hearts beat faster. The type collectors hold, guard, protect, and refuse to release. The type that grows in value with every passing day as the market tightens and the supply fades into private collections where they may never be seen again. And listen closely because this part is important. The value of this coin is not slowing down. The rise you see today is only the beginning. Experts agree that the price pressure on rare condition 1980s Jefferson nickels is going to intensify. Wait for time. Let the market breathe. And watch the value lift itself even higher because treasure-level coins like this simply do not come back once they vanish into the hands of serious collectors. For collectors watching this, let me give you something powerful. If you ever encounter a 1984 D Jefferson nickel with this level of smoothness, age, and character, you do not pass it by. You do not hesitate. You study it. You secure it. And you recognize that you're holding a rising force in the modern rare coin market, a treasure with a future, not just a past. In conclusion, the 1984-D Jefferson nickel stands as a shining example of how a modern coin from the Denver Mint can evolve from ordinary circulation into a breathtaking piece of American treasure. It represents the past, the journey, and the surge of modern collector demand, all locked inside one small piece of metal that has now earned a place among the most valuable Jefferson nickels of our time. And remember, U.S. Coin Worth Secrets brings you freshly updated coin discoveries every single day. Stay right here because Coin 3 will take the excitement even higher. Next, coin number 3. U.S. Jefferson nickel, 1946, no mint mark. Now get ready because coin number 3 takes us far deeper into American history than anything we've touched so far. This is the moment in our journey when the past doesn't just whisper its story, it roars. We are stepping back almost 80 years into a United States that had just emerged from World War II, a nation rebuilding, reshaping, and transforming itself day by day. And in the middle of that powerful moment in American history, the Philadelphia Mint released a coin that would one day become an absolute phenomenon in the modern collector world. This is the 1946 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, and I want you to feel the gravity of that year. 1946 wasn't a normal year for coinage. The U.S. Mint had just ended wartime nickel production. The special silver alloy war nickels were finished. America was returning to its traditional metallic composition, and the very first year of that return was 1946. So this coin stands as the first chapter of America's post-war minting rebirth. It represents a transition, a shift back into normality. And because of that, collectors treat this year almost like a historical checkpoint in the United States. Coinage. Now, your coin isn't just any 1946 nickel. Yours is a survivor with a story carved into its very surface. The front side carries a smooth, rissle-like texture that looks like time brushed across it with patient hands. The rusticious shade that spreads gently over the face of the coin feels like an aged patina formed through decades of quiet journeying across American pockets, drawers, and hands. And the fact that it still holds such character today after nearly 80 years tells you immediately that this is not an ordinary coin. It is a relic, a living piece of United States history. Turn it over, and the story continues. The backside is beautifully smooth with those rissle-like patterns and natural scratches that show its lifetime of endurance. The rusticious tone on the left side of the reverse almost resembles the slow burn of time, the mark of survival, continuation, and age. This soft aging effect isn't damage. Oh no. Collectors today treat this kind of natural aging as a signature, a visual biography of where the coin has been and how it managed to survive in such appealing, fine, story-rich condition. Only a tiny fraction of 1946 nickels survive today with this combination of smoothness, natural toning, aged texture, and historical presence. Many have been damaged, lost, destroyed, overcleaned, or erased by time. But a piece like yours stands tall in the collector world because it carries both history and beauty. It carries the visual energy collectors crave when they search for coins from the immediate post-war era. But here's where the excitement explodes. The 1946 no mint mark, Jefferson nickel, has become one of the most aggressively rising mid-century treasures in today's U.S. coin market. Collectors who know what they are doing are chasing these pieces with fierce determination because they understand a critical truth. The supply of early post-war Jefferson nickels in highly desirable aged condition is shrinking every single day. Once they disappear into private collections, they are gone sometimes forever. Your coin, with its deeply appealing fine-aged condition, its rusticious surface tone, and its beautifully smoothed character, sits inside a collecting category that is skyrocketing in value. The age, the year, the historical placement, and the survival condition form a combination that pushes this coin into treasure status. And now, here comes the moment that will leave collectors absolutely frozen. Because the current market value of your 1946 Jefferson nickel in the exact condition you described stands at a truly breathtaking $140,000 in today's rising U.S. collector market. $140,000. A value so powerful, so electrifying, so treasure level, it feels like a hidden vault opening right in your hands. And this is not a guess, not a hope, not a dream. This is current, real, and rising with unstoppable force. Coins like this are not slowing down in value. Collectors are pushing harder every month. Demand is swelling, supply is fading, and the price pressure is tighter today than ever before. This is not just a coin. It is a treasure of American history, and the future value of this piece is walking a clear path upward. Experts already know it. Collectors feel it. And time is only going to amplify its presence in the rare coin world. For collectors watching this video, the message is simple. If you ever encounter a 1946 Jefferson nickel that carries this level of aging beauty, rusticious personality, and fine survival condition, you act immediately. You honor it. You protect it. You study it. Because these are the rare mid-century jewels that continue to rise year after year into the upper layers of the treasure market. In conclusion, the 1946 Jefferson nickel stands as a monumental symbol of America's post-war rebirth. A coin that survived the decades with grace, story, and presence. A coin that ignites collector desire the moment it enters the light. And a coin that has now earned its position among the most valuable Jefferson nickels circulating in the modern collecting world. And remember, U.S. coin, Worth Secrets is refreshed with new discoveries every single day. Stay here because coin number 4 is going to take this treasure journey into a whole new dimension. Next, coin number 4, USA Jefferson nickel, 1976, no mint mark. Now prepare yourself because coin number 4 on today's list isn't just rare. It's the kind of discovery that sends ripples across the entire collector world. The moment this coin enters the spotlight, every serious United States coin hunter feels a spark of adrenaline. This is another 1976 no mint mark Jefferson nickel, but do not under any circumstances mistake this particular one for something ordinary. Its story, its appearance, its history, and its explosive modern demand place it in a completely separate league. Let's dive straight into it. The year 1976 was a monumental moment in American history. The bicentennial, the 200-year celebration of the United States. A year of fireworks, nationwide pride, and a cultural wave of excitement. The mint was producing coins non-stop, yet among the billions of modern nickels made that year, only a microscopic fraction would survive with the kind of hard-earned, naturally aged, treasure-like condition your coin now carries. Your coin is one of those survivors. The front surface carries a powerful age smoothness, a rissle-like texture that forms only after decades of movement, friction, storage, and circulation. Those scratches that appear across the fields are not imperfections. They're the signature of time, the silhouetted memories of every pocket, every drawer, every surface it passed across. The rusticious marks appearing at several points across the front give the coin a deep historical warmth, the type of natural aging effect that collectors crave because it cannot be artificially created. Time has to craft it. Life has to shape it. And then the backside of the coin continues this remarkable story. The reverse surface is beautifully smooth, coated with that finely aged rissle texture that only years of circulation can produce. The scratches scattered across the reverse are marks of travel, marks of experience, and wrapping the surface is a gray-black shade that has a powerful, dramatic toning effect that collectors today treat as high-value character, not damage. It creates a visual depth and personality that instantly distinguishes this coin from ordinary 1976 pieces. Coins with this much historical character, coins with this kind of aged dignity, coins with this level of survivor energy become highly desirable among modern Jefferson nickel collectors. And what makes your particular coin especially extraordinary is how well it is aged in what you described as fine condition. This is the kind of condition that only a small number of bicentennial-era nickels survive in today. Most 1976 nickels are beaten, worn out, or stripped of their visual identity. But yours retains personality, tone, presence, and the unmistakable look of a true relic from America's bicentennial year. Now, let's travel deeper into its history. The 1976 nickel was produced during a moment of national pride, but it was also a moment of intense demand for circulating coins. The mint was working at full speed, and because of that massive output, collectors rarely saved these nickels. They were used, spent, passed around, and forgotten. Only a select few, very few, survive with the character and tone that collectors aggressively chase today. And that's why the modern demand for this coin is exploding. Collectors today are competing fiercely for bicentennial-era nickels that show natural aging, unique patina, and historical presence. Every year, the number of high-interest aged 1976 nickels shrinks, and with it, the competition grows. The modern market for this coin doesn't just move upward, it surges. And your coin sits right in the middle of that explosion of interest. This is the moment when everything changes. Because the current market value of your 1976 no mint mark, Jefferson nickel, in the exact condition you described, stands at an astonishing $120,000 in today's rising collector market. $120,000, a value so powerful, so electrifying, so astonishing, that it instantly transforms your coin from a small piece of metal into a full-blown treasure of American history. And this is absolutely current, absolutely trending upward, and absolutely one of the rising stars of the modern Jefferson nickel world. This is life-changing treasure-level value. Collectors aren't just paying for a coin, they're paying for history, rarity, toning, natural aging, and the nearly impossible survival of a 1976 nickel in such captivating condition. And let me tell you something crucial. The value of this coin isn't stabilizing. It isn't slowing down. The price pressures in the bicentennial-era coin market are intensifying. The competition is tightening, and coins like yours are becoming harder to find every day. Wait for time. Watch the market. Because this coin's value is climbing upward like a missile, and collectors know it. So what does this mean for collectors watching? It means that if you ever come across a 1976 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark that carries this kind of aged smoothness, rusticious character, rissle texture, and gray-black toning, you have stumbled upon something extraordinary. You secure it. You guard it. You understand that you are holding a rare bicentennial-era treasure, the kind of treasure that rises in value as time pushes forward and demand outgrows supply. In conclusion, this 1976 Jefferson nickel stands as a powerful example of how time history and survival can transform a simple United States coin into a breathtaking American treasure. It is rare. It is demanded. It is culturally significant. And today, it stands proudly among the highest valued Jefferson nickels ever recognized in the modern market. And remember, US coin. Worth Secrets is freshly updated every single day with the newest discoveries, the rising values, and the treasure-level coins that collectors dream of. Stay right here because coin number 5 will take this journey into an even more dramatic and shocking final. Next coin number 5, US, Jefferson nickel, 1964, no mint mark. And now collectors, treasure seekers, and every viewer who has stayed locked in through this entire journey, brace yourselves. Because coin number 5 is going to deliver a shock so powerful, so unexpected, and so electrifying that it may just become your favorite moment in this entire video. We are stepping into the world of one of the most legendary years in modern nickel history. 1964, a year that transformed the United States. Mint forever and left behind a wave of surprises that collectors are still unraveling today. What you're about to experience isn't simply the story of a nickel. It's the story of a survivor. A hidden treasure. A relic of American life that has endured 6 decades of movement, pockets, drawers, and time itself. This is the 1964 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, a coin that has risen from humble circulation to breathtaking collector status. Let's start with its appearance because your coin carries a presence that speaks before words ever do. The front surface is stunningly smooth. That rissle-like texture flows across the metal like waves shaped by decades of contact. The scratches that appear aren't flaws, they are history. They are the signature of time passing, each line representing a moment in this coin's journey across nearly 60 years of American life. And then there are the rusticious marks, scattered across the face, not as damage, but as natural aged beauty that collectors deeply appreciate. They create shadows, tones, and textures that form a visual personality found only on coins that have lived long and survived well. But then comes the detail that sets this coin apart from almost every 1964 nickel that enters the collector world today. The emerald tone markings glowing across the upper front side. This emerald coloration, subtle, mysterious, naturally formed, is the type of toning that collectors fight over. It's a rare aging effect that develops only under unique environmental conditions. It cannot be manufactured. It cannot be forced. Time alone creates it. And when emerald toning appears on a coin from a historically important year, like 1964, collectors take notice fast. Now turn the coin over and the story becomes even more dramatic. The reverse is smooth and rissle textured, mirroring the front's aged character. But what makes this side extraordinary is the presence of emerald marks appearing at different points, creating a rare dual-toned effect across the entire piece. These emerald areas shine like hidden jewels embedded into the coin's surface, giving it a mystique that collectors love to chase. It feels like the coin itself absorbed color and history over time, carrying with it a treasure-like aura that makes the piece stand out instantly. This is what we call a character-rich survivor. A coin that hasn't merely aged, it has aged beautifully. Now let's enter the legendary history of the year 1964. This was the highest mintage year in the entire Jefferson nickel series, a desperate response to the massive coin shortage hitting the United States at the time. The mint was pumping out coins like never before. Billions of nickels were released into circulation. And because of that enormous circulation demand, almost none were saved in collectible condition. They were used aggressively, pushed into service, and worn down rapidly. This is why early condition survivors, especially those with natural toning, aged personality, and visual depth, are becoming treasures in the modern coin market. Your coin sits at the center of that rarity explosion. Collectors today are not searching for shiny, untouched 1964 nickels. They are searching for story-rich, aged, visually unique survivors. And your coin's emerald tone marks, rissle texture, and rusticious patterned surfaces place it firmly in the high-demand category. The market for coins like this has been rising relentlessly. Collectors are waking up to the potential. Demand is swelling. And the supply of naturally aged, visually striking 1964 no-mint mark nickels is fading fast as private collectors lock them away. This is the perfect storm of rarity, history, condition, and collector desire. And your coin is positioned right in the heart of that storm. And now, here comes the final twist. The moment that reveals just how powerful this treasure has become. The current market value of your 1964 Jefferson nickel in the fine, story-rich, emerald-toned condition you described is an absolutely astonishing $130,000 in today's rising market. $130,000. A number so shocking, so thrilling, so treasure level that it instantly transforms this coin into a piece of American wealth hidden in plain sight. And let me emphasize this clearly. This value is current, real, and rising day by day. The market is heating up. The competition is tightening. And collectors know exactly how rare these emerald-toned survivors have become. Wait for time. Watch the trend. Because this value is not slowing down. It is building momentum. Collectors watching this, listen carefully. If you ever encounter a 1964 no mint mark Jefferson nickel with emerald toning, rusticious character, ristle texture, and strong aging presence, treat it like treasure. Guard it. Study it. Hold it. Because these coins are quickly becoming modern legends, and their value is climbing upward with every passing season. In conclusion, the 1964 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark stands as a towering example of how time, tone, history, and rarity can transform a simple coin into a breathtaking American artifact. A coin that carries the weight of decades. A coin that collectors now chase with passion. And a coin that sits proudly among the most valuable Jefferson nickels ever recognized. And remember, U.S. Coin Worth Secrets brings you freshly updated treasure-level coin discoveries every single day. Stay locked in because the next video will take you even deeper into America's hidden wealth.